Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I have another wrestling figure mail opening for you guys, and you can tell that it's an interesting one because I damn near forgot that I needed to do it. At no point this week has it like popped into my head thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that wrestling figure mail opening at some point, until right now when I've come to do it. Really, I mean, I'm having such a successful day at the time of recording. I finished Fix the World Part 3. I finished editing that finally. Who knows, maybe I'll crack on with filming Fix the World Part 4. I filmed an unboxing of Bret Hart and got our Gorilla Monsoon arms out. And, you know, I've done a few cool other things this morning as well. And I wanted to keep going, but I couldn't decide what to do. So I thought I'd just chuck this out. We haven't had this framing for a while because not only am I not a big fan, like the lighting has been pretty terrible. These floodlights work pretty well for it, but the lighting has been was historically a bit rubbish. But also, it's even busier over here now than it ever was. There's just crap over there. There's a pile of figures, a pile of overflow figures on the keyboard now. One day I'd like to play this again. And then there's overflow figures up there now. Funnily enough, we're actually on like one of the lowest amounts of NW openings ever. The list is currently like 116, I think. Would be like 120 something if I was counting all the tag teams as two. Somehow we've ended up with like even more overflow than ever. And I think it's because I cheated at one point and deleted a load of Funkos off it that I decided to keep in box. So like the list came down and then the amount of actual full-size figures has gone up. So yeah, I don't know. And you can tell I'm really ready for this video. Drop my glasses on the floor. Got a Man City shirt overflowing here, and I haven't even taken the Yu-Gi-Oh playmat that I usually drape over the back of this chair off this chair. So let's get into it. What do we have here? So first of all, look, we've been through this so many times recently. Boxed wrestling figures in plastic bags. What is this about? Yet again we've had that, but it gets even worse. I can feel that there's a bit of bubble wrap in there, but you know, it's not really a point. I think I've talked about this recently as well, not just putting boxed wrestling figures in plastic bags. Oh, I stand corrected, it's in 2 plastic bags. Oh well, then it's safe, isn't it? Completely safe. Not just putting boxed figures in plastic bags. I'll turn that slightly that way so you get a little bit more wrestling figure overflow and a bit less general rubbish overflow, although you still get plenty of that. Not just putting boxed figures in plastic bags, even if it is 2 plastic bags, but once we get through the bubble wrap. Oh dear. You know what, if you're not in on the channel and you're not used to me waffling, this is the first time ever watching this video, just click off, because it is like 4 minutes in and I've shown you nothing. Say it for the 4th time. A worse thing than putting boxed wrestling figures in plastic bags, that is putting classic boxed figures in plastic bags. Look at the state of this Road Dogg. And one thing I didn't note, I should have learned better about this from the DDP where the same thing happened. It's been taped back up. So maybe the bag doesn't matter because this figure is not mint on card anyway. The card is hardly even together. We've got more tape here, and then the sides have just been left to be open apparently. They haven't even bothered taping those back down. I got this Road Dogg figure really cheap, and I've always kind of wanted to get one for the idea of NW Openings Classic, just for the accessories. Painted fire extinguisher and a giant crate. And if I could pick one up for about £8, which I did, I think that was around the amount that I spent on this, then that would be perfect for the series. Of course, even still, I would ask you to package it a bit better than that. And, I mean, it is in an absolute state. I will have to have a look back at the listing, see if all this was mentioned. But, I mean, it is really damaged card, and you can tell that this was never in good condition. But what I want to know is if the seller stated the condition of the card as it is, because this is not great. And granted, I'm more mad about the DDP because I foolishly spent a lot more money on the DDP than I did that for a much less interesting figure with less interesting accessories. And now I have to try and sell that off. But the fact that, you know, it has happened again. Right. This is a weird one. So the Road Dogg was kind of like if I ever do decide to do the NW opening classic thing, we'll see if it's about. And if we ever can come across one fairly cheap, which we did on bid, that's maybe why we got it so cheap on bid, because other people inspected the listing not on their phones. I mean, that part's unlikely, but maybe inspected it a bit closer, saw all the tape and thought, yeah, I don't fancy that. But even still, you know, I mean, to be fair, I would have bought that for the price for the accessories. So, you know, I don't know what I'm complaining about, really. But anyway, I'm complaining about if I've been lied to. And if I haven't been lied to, then it's all good. That was a kind of like an if it ever happens kind of thing. And we have been looking at NW Opening Classic a bit more recently. The potential of it. We got that battered up Sabu and, you know, we got the Dennis Rodman, stuff like that. But what we have here is like a very much a case of like, if I happen to come across it kind of thing, we'll get it cheap. And basically what it is it's a new Titantron Live, or another, I should say, Titantron Live Raven. Now, I initially picked one of these up back in 2022. It's a really cool figure, and it's such an iconic piece as well. Like, I mean, I used to really like the TNA Raven figure, which you can't actually see, but it is just up there. It's up there-ish. I used to really like that, but as time's gone on, and I've come to not like Jakks as much, I'm not as fond of it, but this is really, really cool. And if you were going to use one in a pick fed, like I plan to, if you're going to force use out of a Raven figure, this is the one, because Titantrons are a bit closer to Mattel scale, and they are less likely to get those awful, loose, Jakk-specific shoulders, although it can still happen. I don't even want to know what that is on his jacket, but I guess he's having a fig bath. But the thing is, with the one I picked up in 2022, I didn't notice this until I literally started filming a full-on animation between him and Terry Funk. I didn't notice this, but he was missing a pinky finger. And his skin tone is slightly different to other people in the Titantron line. And not a lot of people have the open slap hand on the right hand. A lot of people have it on this side. So I hadn't been able to like swap it out with anything that I'd come across in the shop. And eventually it was kind of like, well, if I can pick up another one, we'll just go ahead and do that. And apparently now is the time when I went and did that. It also seems to have come with this weird blue jacket, which is not from wrestling figure of any kind. It is Jakks Pacific though. It's Disney. Disney Jakks Pacific. What's that logo from? I don't know. Oh well, better than not getting anything. And finally on this one, considering it's been a shockingly long video, I've got extra waffle in it today. It's a small bundle with a gem in it to resell. A nice old Elite, and it's interesting because it's like the guy's come back to WWE. He's had loads of figures rushed out for it. They've sold really, really well, and some of those get reduced in Smiths, some of them get really cheap. But the classic figures are such classics to people that the originals are still sort of desired. So when I saw this bundle, I think this was like £8 or £9 as well. Figure on his own can go for like above 15, so like solid £5 profit. And again, at this point the shop's getting neglected a little bit, and I'm finding it harder and harder to order the bundles in, so I just went for it and we got it. We actually won this one. Can't even remember what the other two figures in this bundle are. I've never seen that before. Elastic banded together. So we got this Elite CM Punk, and I don't know if kids during those days were just liked preserving the CM Punk figures, but anytime I do manage to land a CM Punk Elite on the cheap, they're always in remarkably good condition. And this is the same case. The last time I had this exact figure, it was maybe in slightly better condition. It was also maybe slightly more valuable back then, but there's definitely still money in this. I picked this one up. This was one of the few wrestling figure gem finds that I found on Vinted. I got this and the title belt, and maybe another figure for like nothing. It was brilliant. And yeah, we got that in, and then I decided to just sell it on. I decided to keep the CM Punk I already have, and then yeah, we got another one. Really, really nice, really, really cool figure. So we'll get that listed again in really, really good condition. We'll probably get that mark off if possible, just to, you know, try and increase the value there. I probably don't spend as much time as I should removing marks and stuff now to try and, you know, increase the appeal of the figures. But yeah, really, really cool. Not a bad CM Punk at all. I forgot to put Raven up there. I just put him on the floor. We got this garbage Jack's JBL with double loose arms, although not loose enough to spin round. Interesting. And he is being beat to hell. Like, he has got like so much extensive paint wear all over. Yep, we'll chuck that in a bundle or something. But the other thing we have is a Mattel Rey Mysterio. And what's that channel catchphrase? It's not worth much, but it will sell. So that's pretty good. That's a nice little hat on a hat. We'll probably be able to get the two of them out, make a little bit of money on the CM Punk, and that will all be good. But that is everything for this video. So if you did enjoy it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the mail openings playlist for more. Channel memberships are still available for £1 and or $1. And at the time of recording this, there is early access to 22 videos on there. One exclusive members video, a number of vaulted videos, and then a number of videos that just haven't yet been released. And at the time of releasing this, some of those videos will have gone out, but they'll probably have been replaced with more. So yeah, I mean, 20 plus videos for an extra £1 or so. It would really help me out. I really would appreciate it. And as I say, you can check out my other wrestling figure content in the channel as well. But regardless, I really do appreciate you joining me this time. So thank you all for watching, and goodbye.